games and codes, G2A.com is the place for you. Link is also in the description.
Just like that, Obi puts it in. 1, 2, 3. He makes it quick and easy.
Fantastic goal, really it was. Managed to slide through. Oh, he's got a man through a goal here. It's a stunning goal from Obi.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Obi and welcome to a new FIFA 18 defending tutorial, to the long awaited defending tutorial. So many of you have requested it, and you're right guys, this year the game is so much harder in defense. It's so difficult sometimes to defend, but hopefully after this tutorial you're gonna have the edge over your opponents and you're gonna have a rock solid defense. You're welcome to leave a like if you're excited about the video. If you wanna see more tutorials, let's try and get over 1500 likes and I'm gonna publish my third upload of the day, another awesome attacking tutorial. First thing that you want to do at the beginning of this game of FIFA 18 until you learn more the mechanics, so I advise you for 2-3 weeks go with these formations: the 4-2-3-1 narrow, 4-2-3-1 wide, and the 4-2-2-2. Why exactly? Because you will have almost always two CDMs protecting your midfield. This will be very important for your defense, comparing with other formations: 4-1-2-1-2 wide, 4-3-1-2, even 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. They are a bit risky sometimes, but with these formations you will have an advantage over your opponents, especially this year when attacking is easier. So using a more defensive formation will help you defend, but will not affect your attacking abilities. Next, I gotta show you also the basics, guys, because some of you probably are new to FIFA. You are seeing them on the screen right now. The controls for the sliding tackle, for the tackle, push or pull, for contain, for change player, teammate contain, and jockey. It's very important to know all of these controls because now we're gonna jump into some in-game examples and we're gonna see exactly how to improve defending in the game. Remember guys, jockey movement is your best friend in FIFA 18. Always, almost always, while you are moving around the opponent's player, try to have the jockey movement pressed. This will help you so much, especially this year when defending is harder, guys. The jockey movement makes your player have a different stand towards the opponent, and it will help him when you decide to do a standing tackle or a sliding tackle to be more effective. In this example here, all I do, guys, is use the jockey movement to move around the opponent's player. I never ever rush if I'm not sure about a tackle. And I also use the teammate contain in order to create superiority in that area of the pitch, and eventually I just overwhelm the striker with 2-3 of my players and I win the ball. Next example here, guys, again I use a lot the jockey movement. And what I do is I use my second man press to do some sorts of superficial pressing on the opponent, wait on his mistake, and when I see him that he's knocked the ball a bit more in front, instead of still covering the ground with the player that I'm controlling, I immediately change to the player, to the second player, second teammate support, and I do a standing tackle. The trick here is that using the teammate support to cover the player that has the ball gives you the chance to use the player that you're controlling to cover other areas on the pitch in your defense, and also gives the impression to the opponent that you're, let's say, a superficial defender, that you're not gonna tackle him. But this is a trap, guys, because in the moment you see his lost focus, that's the moment you change to the player that you're controlling and you do a standing tackle. Next example, guys, and here we're gonna use the fact that FIFA 18 is a very responsive game. It's very fast if you know how to use your players. Here we see that the opponent will maybe try to do a driven pass to the striker. Thus, I use the right analog on my controller to press to move it back and select my center back, and afterwards I move a bit the center back in front, thus doing an interception. The same goes for this next example, guys. I use the teammate support to cover the player that's controlling the ball, and afterwards I see that his only option to pass the ball is to Modric. Thus I also use the player that I'm controlling to cover that area of the pitch and eventually intercepting the ball. Let's take this example again about the jockey movement, guys, and I really want to emphasize this as much as possible. The jockey movement is really your best friend in the game. It will help you so much when you are not sure about doing a tackle. Just contain, but do not contain using the contain button. That is zero aggressiveness on your player, gives nothing to your... Okay, it's easier, just press and hold that button without moving the left stick. But with the jockey movement and with a bit of practice by moving the left analog correctly, just doing semicircles in the back and protecting the next couple of meters from that area, you will be able eventually to close the defender down. And as I was telling you guys, if you're not sure about the standing tackle, sliding tackle, jockey movement is without any doubts the best way that you can defend. It is the hardest. It will need the most practice. But after you master it, after you get used to the mechanics of the game, that will be the moment when you will be on the top of your defensive game. You will be able to defend against almost any opponent, and that's only by practicing more and using the jockey movement in the game. In this last example, guys, I do something really smart. I fool the opponent into thinking that I'm gonna pressure him with my left back, thus giving him a space to pass to his winger. But that doesn't happen. I don't go full press on him. I only fool him for a few meters inside the game, and after he's done the pass, when he started to do the pass already, I am moving towards the winger, and when he gets the ball he doesn't even have time to breathe because I'm already there closing him down and doing a tackle. Guys, the mechanics have not changed in FIFA 18, they're same as in FIFA 17, it's just a bit harder to time the tackle, a bit harder to time a sliding tackle. Indeed, defending is harder, but you only need time in order to get used to it. Listen to the examples that I showed you in this clip, guys. They're gonna help you so much. You can't really say 100% okay, always defend like this. Best way to learn a defending tutorial is to watch examples, see what to do in those type of moments, and make sure, guys, to use the 3 formations that I showed you at the beginning of the video. It's very important now for 2-3 weeks until you get used to the game, to the speed, to the movement of the players, to the defending, to have a rock solid defense that those formations offer you. This will be all for today, guys. You're welcome to leave a like if you want to see the 3rd upload of the day, an incredible crossing tutorial. If we hit 1500 likes, that will happen today. Thank you all for watching. You're welcome to follow me on Twitter if you've got any questions. That's the place to ask me. My name is Ovi and I'll see you guys later.